Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about medals and suits and statements and history and mythology and everything associated with the anniversary that's occurring today. There's a lot of news breaking today that that relates to the failed coup attempt 2 years ago. So, the Attorney General's office put out a statement, and it basically said, hey, it's been 2 years. We remain committed to making sure that everybody who is criminally responsible is held accountable. And it had some stats and figures about the number of people arrested and so on and so forth. Not much there, to be honest. No sign of any real forward movement, but that kind of tracks with Garland. There is a lawsuit against former President Donald J. Trump for wrongful death. It is being brought by the longtime partner, I want to say fiancé, of Sicknick, one of the officers that was there on the 6th. It is a $10 million suit. There are a couple of other people on it. Today, Biden should be handing out about a dozen medals. They are citizen medals. So they are the second highest medal for civilians. 7 of them are going to cops, to law enforcement. And then the Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, Rusty Bowers, Ruby Freeman, and her daughter are all going to get one. And this is the beginning of crafting the mythology behind this incident. There's American history and then there's American mythology, and those two things aren't normally the same. This is how it's going to be framed. It will be the coup plotters and those who stormed the Capitol versus law enforcement and select public servants and citizens who withstood the pressure campaign. That's how it's being framed. And that's how it will go down. Al Schmidt is the other one. It's worth noting there are a number of Republicans receiving medals. So this isn't a, Democrats awarding Democrats medals type of thing. These are people who, in one way or another, stood up to Trump's campaign to overturn the will of the people. Now, if you're looking at it from a historical standpoint, there are a couple of people I would ask why they're not there, like Raffensperger, as an example. And there are some people who would probably be here because they did what they were supposed to on that day. But then afterward, they didn't cooperate, that they didn't provide information, they didn't condemn or speak out. There are a number of people who did the right thing in the moment and who are effectively writing themselves out of the American mythology, which is what people are going to know. And all of this happening now, while you have what you have going on in the U.S. House of Representatives, should be a stark reminder that this type of authoritarian rhetoric, it's not over. Trumpism is not gone just because Trump is. That type, that style of leadership, of governance, it's still on the horizon. It wasn't beaten. The United States just got a reprieve from it. That fight goes on. I know that there are going to be a whole lot of people, and you're going to see a whole lot of posts today on social media saying, hey, it's been 2 years, Garland. Yeah, it's been 2 years. It's a complex case, and federal investigations take a long time. That being said, I mean, at this point, even I'm getting annoyed. I think there should be some resolution pretty quickly, but it's also worth noting that that Jack Smith just recently got back to the United States. So we should be able to gauge how quickly he's going to move by the little tidbits of information that start to surface from his moves. Just as we were able to tell that the investigation was way beyond what people kind of thought it was and what was being publicly disclosed based on cell phones and who they were talking to, we'll get that same kind of hint with this, I would imagine. So while the House is presumably still locked in a never-ending cycle of Groundhog Day votes, the rest of the government is crafting America's story. Not its history, but the story that's going to be told. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.